Welcome to the GTN Show. Today we've got a couple of new records, a whole lot of racing, and a pretty cool giveaway for you guys.
Yeah, and on top of that, we're going to be looking at why you often feel faster when you're running in the dark, yet you're actually burning more energy.
Okay, let's kick off the show with some of the stuff we've noticed on social media over the last week, starting with this, well, not such good news. Another athlete sidelined by COVID, and this time it was Olympic gold medalist Flora Duffy. She was planning to race 70.3 Chattanooga. She had travelled all the way there. She was ready to race. She had even ridden a course recce, and she was feeling a little under the weather, so she decided to do a COVID test and was positive. So she's out of that race. Very frustrating. She was hoping to get a qualification for World Champs later on in the year so that she could then focus on the WTCS series before racing 70.3 World Champs. So that plan's been a bit scuttled. I wonder if we would see her do another 70.3 sometime in the year.
It's sort of the way she worded it, so she still wants to, but I don't know what that season. I know it comes thick and fast now they've started.
Exactly,
so
we'll see.
Frustrating. It just seems to keep biting people, doesn't it? I mean, after Worlds, I thought we were kind of done.
Not gone away yet.
Yeah. On to something else we spotted, a little kind of light-hearted captions have accompanied this picture. So this is a picture of, a Nike spike that's been ripped, apparently, after a collision in the 1,500 metres at the Birmingham Diamond League. There's a few comments here of, our state-of-the-art new mesh upper is super breathable. And then that's been reposted with revolutionary toe box innovation for Nike's new spikes.
Yeah, that is a close call. I'm surprised there's no blood.
Yeah, that could be painful, couldn't it?
Sharp spike, very bit scary, really, the track running. We also had some more fast running, and this is a British all-comers record, which is the fastest ever time on British soil by Helen O'Beary at the Great Manchester Run. She ran at 50:15 for 10Ks, which is flying.
Yeah, very close to that sub-30 mark. But she was chased over the line by Britain's Eilish McColgan, who actually took 33 seconds off her PB, and with that she got a British record and a European record, taking that long-standing record that Paula Radcliffe held. So some very fast running up in Manchester. Yeah,
moving back to some triathlon content, and this really cool helmet, a Pink Panther design by Otimo Designs, made for professional triathlete Erwin Jacobi in France, and yeah, pretty cool Pink Panther. Thumbs up there. I like the design.
It's
custom
amazing.
Painted helmets.
Yeah, it's so intricate. It's beautiful. Love it. Anyway, our final one that we've spotted, just a nice little fun post to finish up, is a guy running 400 metres under a minute, which maybe is nothing that impressive if you think about it, but I mean, I would love to be able to run that fast. However, he was juggling whilst doing so. Do you reckon you could do that, James?
I can juggle, and I can probably run 400 metres under a minute. And I'm pretty sure I can't do both of those at the same time.
I think there's a challenge, GTN challenge coming up, I reckon.
Yeah, well, we'll give it a go.
Why not? On to Tri News now, and we're going to kick things off with a new world record. This one is a specific swimming world record for the longest distance using a monofin. Merle Ivan from Estonia has just swam 42 kilometres. So a swimming marathon is normally 10K, but this is a running distance marathon in the sea just off Miami in Florida. She started at 6 a.m. in the morning and she was swimming, not using her arms at all, which is just crazy, just with a fin. I mean, you and Mark did a little monofin, 50 metres or something?
Yeah, 50 metres, and my core was not happy with me for a few days after that.
Yeah.
42 Ks of...
She must have the most incredible core, but it's just an incredible feat in itself of swimming that far and for that long. But the whole reason that Mel's not using her arms, and she said when it gets difficult, she just channels her energy into thinking about the whole of her purpose of trying to raise awareness of sea pollution and having fishing nets and things in the sea that can actually affect the animals, so they can't use, like turtles can't use their arms and their legs when it comes to if they're stuck. So she's basically trying to replicate, partly being a mermaid, but replicating how these animals have to survive in the sea. And I think, yeah, it's an incredible feat.
She's trying to save the mermaids.
Yeah, let's ignore this one.
No one's seen one for like 200 years. Anyway, moving on with some more triathlon news. 2023 Triathlon World Championships will be held in Ibiza in Spain. Yep, the party island.
Whoop.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll be 6 World Championships over 10 days with over 4,000 participants for the World Triathlon Multisport Championships. And they're going to have all of the aquathlon, the long distance triathlon, etc. is all going to be on the same island, and presumably quite the after party afterwards.
Well, yeah, let's
Maybe
hope
we should
so.
put that one on the list.
Maybe next year. We haven't filled the calendar up, have we, yet,
No,
for that?
yeah.
Sounds a good one. To something that we probably won't be signing up for. There's another new world record here for the Backyard Ultra. So we have Mehin Geerts. Come on, you can do better. Mehin Geerts. The Afrikaans pronunciation is far better than mine. Has completed a total of 90 laps of the 6.7k or 4.1 mile loop. Not in America where the actual official race happens, however at home in Belgium, but managed to do 600 kilometres in this time frame by doing 6.7k every hour. And just incredible, breaking the record by a total of 5 laps. 90
laps to cover 600 kilometres. You did a similar.
I mean, I got to 50 something kilometres, not 600, and that had me suffering for quite a long time. So
crazy concept, crazy race.
Now, a couple of weeks ago, Adidas had one of their adverts banned by the UK advertising agency. Now, this was a sports bra advert because they've apparently brought out this new range of sports bras that can fit 43 different shapes of breasts, which I think is wonderful. And they actually went a little controversial with this advert and had 25 bare breasts. And apparently 24 people in the UK have complained about this. I don't know how many people have seen it, so it's quite a small percentage, but the advertising agency said that's enough complaints, which means they have to then act on it and have actually asked Adidas to remove those pictures, which I feel is a bit of a shame because hopefully it's encouraging people to go and run and make sure they're comfortable and sorted. But the rules are the rules, I guess, in the UK.
And embracing various body shapes for running that anyone can. You don't have to be
I think
specific running shape to run.
It's really sad that people have complained about that, but Adidas are trying. And the range is still there. So if you are a woman and you run, go check it out.
Yeah. Moving on with this science, latest science, the research in the European Journal of Applied Physiology, which says that running in the dark is significantly harder than running in the light. And it's quite interesting science here. They did an experiment. It always feels faster when you run in the dark.
It's so
it feels
weird,
like
isn't
you're
it?
flying along. But the reality is you're not actually. In fact, you might be going the same speed, but you're working a lot harder for that. So what they did was they had 15 volunteers on a treadmill, and they did 4 tests with each of them, blindfolded and not blindfolded, and with a heavy pack. And when I say heavy pack, 27 kg heavy pack, and without a heavy pack. And what they noticed was that the 27 kg heavy pack added 20% to the energy consumption when they were on the treadmill, walking
unsurprisingly.
Walking at a fairly steady pace, not too fast, not running or anything, but it added 20% energy expenditure. Blindfolding them added 19% energy expenditure. It's almost as hard to walk on a treadmill blindfolded as it is to walk on a treadmill with a 27 kg pack on your back.
It's hard to comprehend, isn't it? But it also gives you even more respect for the visually impaired athletes and just how fast they run. If you think about that, the para tri and the VI guys, and they're running ridiculous speeds, and they then I guess using that extra energy. Or maybe if you're used to it, it's different. That's probably another science investigation.
True. I'm not sure how applicable this is to triathlon. Not many triathlons require you to be blindfolded, but quite a lot of our viewers will probably train in the dark, and they do go a bit further into the research, don't they?
Yeah, so there's another sort of aspect which this article touches on of how they've looked at why do you feel like you're running faster in the dark. And I know I'm the same. I come back from a run if I'm like in the dusk, I think, I was running really good, and I look at my watch afterwards, like, that wasn't fast at all. But it's to do with the optical flow, so obviously you can't see as far ahead of you, so things feel like they're moving past you faster, and as a result you get that feeling of thinking that you're good, but actually because your proprioception is having to work harder, you're maybe burning a bit more energy, but you're not running faster. So if you're trying to do a hard run in the dark, maybe it isn't the best time to do your training or get a really good headlight.
I think the takeaway from this is if it feels good, it is good, and you should probably leave your GPS watch at home.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, now it's time for What the Tech. And Garmin has just released an update to their Garmin Varia. The Garmin Varia has been out for 7 years. That is that radar on your bike, basically detects cars coming, gives you a notification, also has a flashing red light. And now they've added a camera to it, which is essentially a dash cam. So the Garmin Varia RCT715 stands for radar, camera, tail light, all included in one. You only have to charge one device. It will have impact detection, it will record if something happens, and you can set it to continuously record if you want to. So keeping cyclists safer out there on the road, and it's available now for $399.99. So if safety is a concern, maybe look into that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's going to be more, hopefully. We want drivers to know about it and want something that looks like it, so they're going to be more aware as well. But
watch out, you're on camera.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, isn't it? But yeah. Anyway, moving on, our last piece of tech news comes from Strava. They've just acquired a injury prevention app, which means if you're a paying subscriber to Strava, you now have access to this app, which basically gives you personalised prehab and other exercises you can do to help reduce the chance of injury. So Recover Athletics have teamed up. They've worked with Strava to get their data in the past, and now basically they've realised that Strava have realised that studies of runners say 79% of runners will have an injury in a year, which is pretty crazy. But I guess we all sort of have niggles now and then, and we just sort of forget about them. And by the end of the year, if you look back, you probably have had some sort of niggles, sadly. But hopefully, they hope that working together, they can help to keep all of their subscribers running more often and using both of their products.
It's a pretty cool value-added service on your Strava prescription there. Yeah. I find the best way to prevent any running injuries is what I've been doing for the last year, and just not run.
You know what's coming.
Okay, it's giveaway time, and our partner Magic 5 has sent us these pretty cool Jan Frodeno special edition Magic 5 goggles. Now, Magic 5 goggles, if you don't already know, you will have seen Jan Frodeno wearing them and a few other triathletes out there like Heather. They are pretty cool goggles. Basically, what you do is you use your phone. Every pair is custom fitted, so obviously these ones are the Frodeno special edition ones with a purple blue tint on the lens, and obviously a special edition case and a special edition that says Frodeno on the strap. But the goggles themselves, the edition is special edition, but your goggles will be custom fitted to your face. You use the app, the Magic 5 app, you do a facial 3D scan, and then they custom make the goggles for you to fit your face, and they're guaranteed to never leak. And we have some to give away.
We do, yeah. You're not actually going to get Jan's goggles, because that wouldn't actually be brilliant, because they wouldn't fit your face. But we are giving away 5 sets, so the box, the goggles and the cap, and you will be able to do that scan once you win, if you're lucky enough, and then you'll get your very own pair that will fit your face exactly. So all you need to do is go into the description below, click on that link and follow the instructions.
Okay, now it's time to look at your race news, and there was quite a lot of racing happening over the last weekend. Starting with Challenge the Championship. This is the flagship event for the Challenge. You're obviously qualifying all year, and it was a pretty big race. Gustav Iden lining up there after having to withdraw from the Ironman World Champs just 2 weeks before, so this was his kind of comeback race after that illness, and he didn't disappoint. He overcame a puncture apparently, or at least a slow puncture, slow leak. He had to put some air in his tyre and ran a 1:10 to run away with the win on the men's side. Gustav Iden taking the win, Richard Varga hanging on for second, and Thomas Steger of Austria in third.
Well, on the women's race, it was Sarah Perez-Seller who was joined by Lucy Buckingham at the start of the swim, which she actually says was, helped her swim massively, even though she came from a swimming background originally. So those two worked together on the bike, taking turns in the lead. And then when it came to the run, it was Sarah Perez-Seller who had the stronger run. Lucy Buckingham came back to her, but it was Emma Pallant-Brown who was coming through from behind, having not had the strongest swim or bike. I think she had got stung by a bee apparently somewhere on the course on the bike, and that really sort of put her off, as you can imagine. But she had an incredible run to make it through onto the podium to finish second. But Sarah Perez-Seller went away with the win. Emma Pallant-Brown in second, and Lucy Buckingham, who was the defending champion from last year, finished third.
We also had a couple of Ironman 70.3s over the weekend. 70.3 Pays d'Aix-Provence in France. Barbara Riveros on the women's side there, preventing a clean sweep of French ladies on the podium there. Barbara Riveros of Chile taking the win. Alexia Bailey in second, and Anne Rashman in third from Germany. On the men's side, Clément Mignon, a French winner there, and Scott Steenberg in second, with Mattia Secchiarelli from Italy in third.
Well done. Well, we said there was a lot of racing this weekend, so we're going to continue with these. We had 70.3 Marbella in Spain, and it was great to see Nikki Bartlett returning to the top of the podium. She's had a few illnesses she's had to deal with over the winter, and in her own words, wasn't happy with her performance over at the World Championships. It was a fairly last-minute decision to go and do that, so she's back on top with her first win in a few years. And then for the men's race, it was Christophe de Keyser, who won in a time of 3:58.56.
And there was also the 70.3 North American champs in Chattanooga. As we said earlier, Flora Duffy was forced to pull out of that at the last minute, but still a pretty strong field there. Jackie Herring had a really good run time there, a 1:18, almost 4 minutes faster than second place Paula Findlay, with Holly Lawrence coming in third. On the men's side, Tim O'Donnell made his return after his heart attack last year during a race. This is his first race back, and he put on a pretty good show. He actually led off the bike, but then on the run faded a little bit to 6th place. Jason West from America taking first there, Matt Hansen in second, and Rudy von Berg, so American 1, 2, 3 on the men's side.
And we also had Ironman Lanzarote over the weekend, which is notorious for being pretty tough course with its hills and its wind. Well, a debut performance at this distance for Lydia Dart from Great Britain went and took the win, and a pretty tough course to choose as your first. She won by 1 minute 45 seconds ahead of Els Visser, and in third place it was Elisabetta Curidori from Italy.
Yeah, there was also a first-time winner on the men's side, Kenneth van der Driesch from Belgium, finally getting a big Ironman win, and Matthias Petersen from Denmark in second, with Philippe Belke from Germany in third.
And now it's time to take a look at your pictures, and you guys have been out and about. This first one has been sent in from Ged, it's Argon 18. Down in Buffy Tracy, Devon, which is actually near my neck of the woods. So I'll keep an eye out for this bike on the roads. But it says just fitted with drag to zero aero bars. So whether that's with an upcoming race, but looking very aero indeed. And I like the fact that the matching helmet has been included in the photo.
Yeah, definitely looking ready for the season there. Another person getting ready for the season is Michael on his Cube road bike. Course recce for the best new UK triathlon. I'm not sure which one he's referring to.
Yeah,
It doesn't actually say, but apparently it's up on the Scotland-England border, and he's riding the course. Pretty cool photo right on the border there. Nice, very old sign. Don't know when that's from, a while ago. And a nice bike too.
Yeah, and interesting, the best new triathlon. I mean, he's not even done it yet, and he's calling it the best one. So hopefully it goes well. Good luck with that one.
Maybe he's the race organiser.
Maybe good. Well, it would be good promotion if you'd actually said where it was, wouldn't it? This next one comes, we're going a bit over the pond here, from Banff, Alberta in Canada. And what a stunning background we have here. First, though, about the bike. My first ride of the season outside on my TT bike. It comes in from Terra. Says, headwinds galore, but it definitely beats riding inside all winter long. And I would say so. Look at
that bike definitely needs to be unleashed on the roads, not kept on a trainer.
But I mean, when you've got the background I was looking at, the bike as well. But
stunning on both of those views. Yeah. And there's another one from another Michael. He says he's finally made it to Hollywood.
Woo! Didn't see you there, Michael.
Yeah, Heather was just there too. Different Hollywood though. Hollywood in Wicklow in Ireland, and he said first long ride of the season before his first triathlon in June, and he's got a pretty screen grab of his Strava. Apparently that was the only place he could get his photo, standing next to the Hollywood sign. Yeah. The other Hollywood sign.
And he's got some kudos and some comments already on his Strava, so well done for that one. But if you guys are out and about riding your bikes, out running, competing even, and you've got some nice photos, remember you can share them using the GTN uploader, which is on screen now, but can also be found in that description below.
Okay, now it's time for Caption Competition. Remember to get your captions down below, and you could win a cap or a bottle. If you have the best caption this week, we have this photo, or last week we had this photo of, I'm not really sure what he's doing, but I think he's stretching at the start. But anyway, your captions were, starting with Phil Ridley. He said, when you're so tired after the swim leg, you don't realise it's over. He's still trying to swim.
Yeah, like it. We've got Christoph Lengyel, who says, when you come racing hungover from Saki. Now, I didn't realise that actually the picture was from Japan. So
I think Christoph may have had some experience in this regard, maybe. Rich Kitch says, you're all standing, but the race briefing said we could only do front crawl.
I like that one. That made me chuckle. That was a close winner. Our final runner-up, though, is Mr. Beckett, who says, I've heard of crawling over the finish line, but not the start. Yeah, but our winner this week, Eric Hayden, and he says, they said it was a rolling start. Well done, Eric. Get your details over to us, and we'll get a cap out to you soon. This week, we have this image from Ironman Tulsa I think he's getting his wetsuit stripped at the end of the swim. It took us a little while to figure out what was actually happening in this. Looks painful.
It does look. He's got quite the look on his face. I came up with, it was at this point Bob realised that this guy might not be a real doctor.
Just wrong, but...
Well, if you think you can do better, remember, leave your captions down below and we'll read them out next week.
Yeah, well, that brings this week's show to an end. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. We've got plenty coming up, including a week in the life of Leon Chevalier, who finished 6th at the Ironman World Championships. This was filmed just before he went out there, so you'll get a real insight into how his training was going down. And we've also got how to fix a race day flat, which Gustav Eden might have needed. Well, he had some volunteers on hand.
He did it pretty well and he still won the race, so maybe he doesn't need our tips. Anyway, if you're looking for some merchandise, we have some pretty cool kit in the GTN shop, so head over there, click the link down below to go to the GTN shop. And if you're looking for something to watch right now, last weekend Heather did a pro-amateur challenged athletes relay in Los Angeles, and you can watch the video. It's on the channel right now.